Hey, this is just a snippet from our podcast, but if you want to catch the full episode, that'll be on YouTube, and the extended version will be on our Patreon. Ninja Gaiden, frickin' Ragebound, dude.
Oh, yes.
I am on about chapter 3 or so, I played a couple hours.
Yep.
And it's incredible.
It's fun.
It controls so well.
Yes.
Take us away, Don.
Yeah, it's fun. So this is it. Your classic Ninja Gaidens, on the NES 1, 2, and 3, they hold such a special place in my heart. Huber's probably a lot of people, right? Our generation of gamers like just 2D excellence. All about being a ninja, killing fast, sticking to walls, climbing from ceilings. We knew the routine, and we know that it was brutal difficulty also, known for the brutal difficulty.
The 3D Ninja Gaidens, to me, the hardest games I've ever played.
Actually, same
really
opinion.
For me.
Yeah, same opinion.
Yeah.
The 2D ones also extremely hard, and they always had, just the gameplay was about precision, but it was about also, there was just the edge. It always has a tinge of, I don't know if you'd call it jank, but it was just like a tinge of like frustration where you're like, that's not really what I was trying to do, So the reason I'm bringing this all up is because this game, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, Huber, a true sequel to the 2D originals from back in the day. Everything from familiar enemies to the control to everything from the originals is there, except that it's done in the flawless way the games are done now.
So you're saying that there are no respawning birds when you jump?
Right. Okay, so this should be brought up immediately. No respawning enemies, period. And that should be brought up because the original trilogy had a horrible thing of just vomiting, and every time you went back and forth on the screen, they keep coming at you.
Yeah.
This one, you can clear a level, you can go back through the level, come back, those enemies aren't coming back, Bloodworth, so it's very nice. Yeah. So it feels good, Huber. It's awesome. It's excellent. It's very familiar. However, they have this new sort of core mechanic to the combat system, right? That's based on sort of like these powered up enemies.
Yeah,
within
it's so fun.
the dance of combat, you have certain enemies that have this glowing sort of aura. They're powered up. They need to be either taken out through a melee or a range attack, specifically depending what color they're glowing. And when you take them out, you then become, for a brief period of time, embodied with their power.
Like supercharged.
You can launch either a super strike or a super missile sort of thing. And so it's all about, within the moment, this dance of sort of choosing which enemy I need to kill when to like maximize the power of your strikes against whoever you're facing on screen.
Yeah,
and a lot of
most enemies dies in one hit.
Yes.
Most of them.
Right.
But then there's some enemies that take a few hits, or they'll block your attacks from the front. So sometimes that supercharged attack really, really helps because you can just come right up to a big enemy or an enemy and just take them out in one go real quick.
And on bosses too, it's critical. You'll see here, like this boss, for instance, every once in a while, there it is.
Sick.
So that right there was a melee supercharge. It was a range, but it was purple, but I accidentally hit it with my sword, so I didn't get the supercharge.
Yeah.
Here's a sword one. See, then I got it. Hit him with the super strike, then you can get a few extra hits in. So you got to constantly be using the strategy of this new kind of combat mechanic they infuse in there, and it works great. It feels awesome. Like you said, Huber, it's often a lot of enemies are only one or a couple hits here and there, but you're very often getting like 3 or 4 hitting you at once, 5 or 6. You're getting clusters of enemies. You're not always seeing a great example in this gameplay for the viewers that we're seeing like necessarily of that but through the whole range of the game, that's how it feels. And it feels good. And the main thing about it is, so the main things I want to call out, because I think it's important for anyone that loved the old Ninja Gaidens, was just like, the difficulty is on point.
So on point.
It's perfect.
And that's so great because it's from the Game Kitchen who did Blasphemous 1 and 2, which are really difficult games. 10 out of 10 playing both. Incredible games.
Yeah.
So it is really nice that you're like Ninja Gaiden. Blasphemous Game Kitchen. Is this going to be insane?
I'm nervous. You're like, I want to love it, but I'm nervous.
And it's challenging.
Executed, it's challenging, but the reason it works so perfectly, I think, Huber, is first of all, you've got this damage meter, which is fairly generous at just the regular default settings. I would say it's fair, right? It's, like you said, difficult, but at least you're not out in a couple of strikes.
Yeah.
You've got some challenge there.
Little checkpoints to get
a lot of checkpoints.
Yes.
The checkpoints are key. Endless continues from the checkpoints. So when you're out of a session, you got to restart at the beginning of the levels, but when you're within that stage, it's crucial potential of just like you get to these massive difficulty spikes, but because of those checkpoints, you get to just rerun this mini section, and then the joy of being able to go back, Hubert, to the beginning and just run through the whole thing once you've really acclimated to the challenge of the stage. It's just such a nice balance. It feels good.
The bosses too, because like you'll die and you'll just have a checkpoint right before the boss. But the boss design is so excellent because you learn their patterns. You know, you learn their patterns.
They're fun patterns.
Yeah, you're getting stomped a couple times, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I took half its health out that time.
Yes.
Like, okay.
There's light at the end of the tunnel. Yes.
So it's like you're really learning pretty quickly like what ineffective strategy against the bosses are. So I really like that.
Super satisfying in that way. Yeah, so just the way that's all laid out, I think works excellently. Another thing about this game that's really interesting, so that mixes it up. So you have this female sort of ninja warrior
Kumori.
She has sort of demonic sort of supernatural powers. There's always the supernatural storyline.
She's conducting a train here.
Holy crap. She's from the Black Spider Clan.
Yes.
Which is like a antagonistic force in the Ninja Gaiden franchise.
Supernatural powers aligned with satanic forces or whatever they are. So in this one, you end up sort of becoming fused
uneasy
with her.
alliance.
Yeah, throughout the plot. Very uneasy alliance.
Yeah.
They're bickering nonstop throughout the narrative, which is like a funny dynamic, but you're basically fused with her. So you end up cycling back and forth where you're either her or him, but most of the time Kenji, when you're playing as him, then you after you fuse, you sort of switch into her for these tiny little sections. These sort of speed run based sections.
Which is such a nice pace breaker, and you're checking in with another person narratively. Like, it's really nice. I love that breaking of the action, so you're not just constantly Kenji going through.
You switch to her. She has two things. They're either like time-based challenges, usually very difficult platforming. And some of it was mixed into the B-roll, so you might have seen it, or we'll loop back to it. But where they're leading to a bonus item, like one of the collectible, which there's very good collectibles in this game too.
Very good. There's an economy. There's a shop. You can upgrade talismans. Like you can equip those. Every stage has 3 optional challenges that you can complete, like finish this part without taking any damage, or like kill a certain amount of enemies. So I love that stuff too.
Yeah, it's a great balance, really enticing you in a good way to replay, which I haven't even gotten to a lot of the replaying of this game yet, but I'm like looking forward to it already to just really go through on perfected runs. And the other thing with these time-based challenges, so here's what you're seeing.
Watch us like this more than Shinobi now.
No, seriously, it's crazy.
No, 2 of these games,
because that's the thing about this game that's so crazy is like Ninja Gaiden, right? The originals, it's like that story, that world, the music, everything about it was just like so intriguing, and you wanted to love it, but then at the same time, it always had that little bit of like just punishing difficulty to unfairness, sometimes where you're just like, and this now just brings that whole world to life again, but they've balanced it perfectly. And not just that, the gameplay is fun, Huber. A little while ago, we saw the stage, for instance, the climbing, the traversal, everything. We saw the stage where she was riding on the motorcycle. You always, this classic thing that happens in 2D platform action. There's everything from Battletoad to Shinobi. You're on a horse.
Turtles, you're on a skateboard.
To different degrees of success. This, I'm telling you, the stage is fun, though. It's fun, right? Like the gameplay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's sort of a gimmicky thing often. But they just get it right in this game. Like, so far, everything in this game has been enjoyable gameplay.
Yeah, spamming her kunai because you have unlimited, and when they like hit a metal surface and clang down.
Oh yeah. The sound.
It is
that effect.
So addicting, dude. It is one of my favorite. You know how I always have like really random a list of 10 of my favorite things in gaming for the year? Yeah. That is one of them randomly. It's so satisfying.
The music and sound effects.
Oh my God, the music.
The whole game. Yeah. Just a lot of, take a lot of knees. And again,
this is a can't miss game, everyone.
Yeah, it can't miss. You must not ignore this. Yeah. That's the only thing. It's funny. I said to Blood the other night, I hope, Shinobi isn't going to sort of like eat this one's lunch or whatever. And
Blood is different.
But Blood called out, well, Ninja Gaiden might be eating Ninja Gaiden's lunch just because they're coming out the 3D one. They're coming out with this. There's a lot of sort of fog that's happening, which is, I think, very true. So, but it's just like, don't skip this one.
Do not skip it.
This is extremely enjoyable and excellent.
Well, I'm just really appreciating like the art on all of this stuff.
Gorgeous.
There's so many little details, and
Yeah.
little
Pixel art
animations
is
on things.
really nice.
Yeah.
Blasphemous, totally.
When is this out?
It's
Now.
beautiful.
It
It's
came out this
out
week,
now.
It
On
is-
Switch too?
Probably.
It's probably a Switch 1 version that
Switch
plays on Switch.
1,
Not
yeah,
100%
Switch
if
1
it's
version,
on
yeah.
Switch 2 yet, yeah.
Yeah, came out literally today.
My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
It's out now.
It's
And
out
the
now.
variety of stages too. We missed it earlier, but I don't know if you noticed
chat
they were in a
says don't play the Switch version. It's only
Oh.
30 FPS.
Oh,
Got
no.
it. Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, there was a underground pirate caves. Just
Yeah,
like
good
all the
variety.
set. Here you go. Here's this you get to this tropical island. This is an early
Yeah.
game too, so don't worry.
10% discount for the first week.
Dude.
Yeah. And this other mechanic of bouncing off.
bounce
the bounce
mechanic
is
is-
crucial. Of
Bounce-
bouncing off.
Yeah, we briefly touched on it, Don, but we do got to drive home how fun the platforming is, and just
Yes.
being able to climb pretty much any wall
Yep.
or ceiling. You just
Yep.
freely jump up and you're climbing.
Yep.
And climbing on the walls, it feels super, super good.
Bouncing off opponents, bouncing off projectiles. Not 100% of the projectiles you can bounce off of, but a lot of them. So it's just you get into this such satisfying. It's just fun. It's very,
so
very entertaining and
fun.
fun. And as Isla called out, it's beautiful to look at. Just
Yep.
pretty graphics.
Ninja Gaiden
lush
and Shinobi. How
pixel
are
art.
we feasting this hard, Don?
Year of the Ninja.
How are we
Like they said.
feasting?
I know.
It is the year of the Ninja.
Yeah, so don't miss this gloriousness. Here's one of the speed challenges you see with her now where you got to get through. You can't let that blue meter above her head disappear, so you get these little orbs that'll fill it up.
So it's like hitting checkpoint.
And you got to get to the end of the thing. And like I said, sometimes it's an optional challenge, which is really fun because you're getting collectibles. But sometimes you actually need to do her sections because to advance, like this here, you need to activate this cannon in order to activate the waterfall, etc., to progress through the levels.
Yeah.
So beautiful balance they've hit here with this
So
game. It is lovely.
Yeah, and just a bunch of, we said, story nods too. Black
Yes.
Spider Clan, referencing the really old
Thank you,
games
Huber.
too,
Yes.
the CIA
Oh,
element.
it has the perfect vibe.
Yeah.
Those same ultra wide cutscenes with the black bars, all that
Totally.
stuff. Sort of sparse cutscenes with just a lot. Keeps the mystery going.
Yeah.
Everything that they
It
hit.
helps build the
Yeah.
world you're in
Yep.
really nicely.
The supernatural element, the government,
Yeah, yeah,
agencies, everything that the originals were so great at. Blood.
Totally.
Oh man, yeah,
So sick.
sick game
That
for
is
sure.
Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
So good, dude.
Heck yeah.
That is out today, everybody. Today. If you like this conversation, become a $5 and up patron. You get ad-free cuts, extended cuts, all of the cuts, and you get to get into our Discord and more. Patreon.com/EasyAllies.